Why do you need to be rich? Let's find out. Hello! So the question for today is, why do you need to be rich? Why am I asking that question? Why does it matter? Well, there's a kind of general kind of talk, advice, all that kind of good stuff about how important it is to not chase money. And whilst that's 100% correct, I think it's wrong just to focus on the money and just chase the money. You can't completely not want to be rich or not want money. So let me explain. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about how wanting to be rich isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now this comes from the standard phrase, comment, and I've had personally, and I'm sure many of you have as well. If you're talking about wanting to better your life or make more money, build a business, all that sort of stuff, and you might mention kind of some figures or wanting a flashy car or big house and all that kind of good stuff, one of the common things you're likely to hear is, well, you know, you can't buy happiness and money doesn't solve all your problems. And yes, technically those statements are correct, but, and a huge but, it's not about buying happiness or anything like that. I mean, there are some kind of alternate opinions on this where people say, you know, you can't buy happiness. We go, well, look at the grin on my face. It's, you know, technically you can't buy happiness, and there's enough people who are ridiculously filthy rich who are miserable as hell, and there's also a lot of people who are completely broke who are miserable as hell. So the money bit doesn't actually make you happy. When you think of money, it's actually just, you know, pieces of paper. Money itself doesn't have any intrinsic value itself. It's more of a byproduct of value. If you bring value to someone, they'll kind of give you money. So it's a byproduct of giving value. But also, yeah, money itself doesn't have any value. However, what money does have is the ability to give you options, to give you flexibility in what you can do. So for example, it can allow you to, you know, cover your rent each month or cover your mortgage and pay the bills. If the car breaks down, it allows you to get it repaired. Things like that, which are kind of everyday kind of struggles and worries that we all have. But by having more money or being rich, whatever your understanding of what rich means, it sort of takes that concern from those everyday expenses. Now, something that I've personally received as a comment and almost a criticism is when I've sort of said about, you know, wanting to make X money, or, you know, kind of the perception is that I'm just chasing money. Then it's also, well, you know, I said, well, I put forward the argument saying, well, like I just said, if you've got a lot of money, if you're wealthy, you've got much more money than you need to survive, you can then help people. You can do anything. The flexibility is there. You can give money to your church, give money to charity, give money to your parents or friends, pay off mortgages. You can do good things with it. And I said the kind of criticism I've always got is, yeah, but you know, I don't need a lot of money. I'm happy. I'm just, you know, as long as I've got enough to sort of get by, I'm happy. And whilst that seems a bizarre thing to say, let's say that's fine. Okay, so say the person is, you know, completely comfortable with where they are and their sort of financial situation, that's fine. But almost the next day, or, you know, a short period of time after, then they went, oh, you know, a bit worried, you know, I need to get the boiler fixed, or I need to get the car serviced, and, you know, I haven't got a lot, I hope it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's like, well, a minute ago you said you were fine. So now you're worried about money and you'd like some more, but I've just said it's a good idea to have more, and you've kind of criticised me for saying it's a good thing to have more. So you wouldn't have to worry about getting the car serviced or getting the boiler repaired. So that huge contradiction happens all the time. So many people say, no, I don't need a lot. I'm happy with where I am. I'm comfortable. As long as I'm comfortable, that's fine. But then can't afford to go on holiday, or can't afford, something happens, or, you know, whatever. And it's like, well, you're not comfortable then if you can't afford to do things. You know, it's not about just having huge $1 trillion bank balances, but if you haven't got enough money to live life comfortably and do the things that you want to do. I said, not even talking about extravagance, talking about just general things. And general things, I mean, you know, going on holiday with your family, taking the kids on a holiday, whatever it may be. If you can't afford that, then you're not comfortable. Full stop. If you're concerned about paying rent or paying for repairs or something, then you're not comfortable. Comfortable is you haven't got to worry about any of that stuff. That's comfortable. Yes, you may not have the money to go out and buy a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or an 87 bedroom house. fine, but that's not they're not essentials in life. But the essentials, I mean, you could argue going on holiday is not essential, but just from a decent quality of life, being able to afford the bills, food, the house, the car, and a holiday a year. I'm amazed constantly how I get criticised, and not just me, but I'm sure you have as well, get criticised for wanting more money, wanting more out of life, to be able to look after people and help people and pay things off and give financial aid to things, and you get criticised for chasing money by the people who are then complaining they don't have enough money. It just seems ridiculous. So it's a bit of a mini rant today. That's why you need to be rich. That's why it's not a bad thing to want to be rich. Again, rich is quite a subjective statement. You know, what's rich to one person isn't rich to someone else. But I'm defining rich as more money than you need on a daily basis. So you can go on holiday whenever you want. You haven't got to worry about paying for the car, the mortgage, the rent, the food. If anything happens, you've got enough money to cover it. That's what I mean, that kind of situation. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. And then the more money you have, the better, because you can then give it to other people. If you don't want a load of money in your bank, great, give it away. Nothing, what's wrong with that? Surely that's the best thing, to get as much money as you possible so you can give it all away to charitable causes or friends or family, whoever. So the idea of not wanting to have lots of money because you're comfortable is actually selfish when you think about it. It's very, very selfish, because what you're saying is, I don't want to help other people with my money. Why not? I can't wait to have tons and tons of money so I can help a lot of people. That's logic. Nothing wrong with that at all. The argument was, I've got enough money, I don't need more. And then they lived quite frugally and never complained about money, and fine. That's not a problem. I'm totally down with that. Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own level of comfort. Totally fine. But you can't turn around after saying you don't want a lot of money and then complain that you haven't got enough money. That's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Slightly passionate about this. You know, if you are getting rebuked or chastised for wanting to better yourself and create wealth and money and all that sort of stuff, it's not a bad thing. Money is not the root of all evil at all. Poverty is on the other hand, is terrible. Yes, money can't buy you happiness, but poverty can't buy you happiness either. You know, if you're struggling financially, that puts a huge strain on so many things. It's stress for you, it puts strain on relationships. It's not a nice place to be in. You know, I know that's horrible. I'm not saying that having a ton of money is going to make you happier, but at least it takes away all of the daily worries and stresses and crap as well, and they will probably compound the problem. If you're not happy with something, and generally it's something within you, all of the extra stuff that you're worried about financially layers on top, which is never good. So at least if you can get rid of that, then you can actually work on yourself and become a sort of a happier person rather than having to worry about the money. So please, 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 people, if you're going around saying, well, money doesn't make you happy, no, it doesn't. But that's not the point. You're completely missing the point. The more money you have, the better, because then you can do more good. Okay, rant over. If you like this video, if you didn't like this video, make sure you hit the like button in the face. Not in the face, that's hyper off.
That's me.
Again, obsessed. Hit the like button till it's nice and blue. Subscribe if you haven't, I really do appreciate it. And leave me a comment below. I know it's quite a kind of emotive subject, but let me know below. What are your thoughts about money? Do you think it's a good thing to have a lot? Or are you part of the camp, the wrong camp, I'm very opinionated about this, of saying, no, you don't need a lot of money, because, as I said, that's selfish. Are you selfish? Let me know below. And for now, I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.